Okay, so formally welcome everybody. We are formally beginning now. I hit the record button, so if you need to leave early, you can catch this, but stay as long as you can because what I'm going to be covering right now is time sensitive, and it really is. I mean, we've been doing this for 6 months. I launched this with a very special, very generous strategy, a team building strategy. I'm going to go over it again. It was covered in a video that a lot of you should have seen. We call it the comprehensive review. We're going to update that video in about a week and a half, and that part of it will be cut out. We'll never talk about it again unless you're in with this group that I consider at the top of our organization. It's just something that we cannot facilitate forever. It's very generous. I've never seen anything like it offered before. It's important to understand it. And as I said before I hit the record button, if the train is going to leave the station on you on this, let's have it be because you chose not to do it, not because you're like, oh man, I can't believe I missed that. This is a really big deal. So I want to make sure you understand it and have an opportunity to participate. Before I jump in, this is going to be a little bit of a repeat for those of you that were here early. I just want to get this caught on the recording. I'm going to run hard this summer for 90 days. I'm going to do a 90-day blitz. But this time, instead of the first 6 months where I focused on just bringing a lot of people in, I set up systems, we showed you what I was doing. But now I'm going to be focused, really hyper-focused on you guys, finding out which of you want to get to the 5K affiliate level in the next 90 days, which of you want to get to the 10K or the 25K. Or like me at the 50K affiliate level. You know, I got there in my first month, so I know I can help a lot of you get there in 3 months. I'm going to be finding out who wants to get to those different levels. Maybe you don't have an ad budget. Maybe you got to do it through free methods. I've done that. I've been there. Whatever it is, whether you want to do advertising like me, you have to do free methods, or you want to do a combination, I can support you in that. My focus is going to be on you guys. But I need to know who my team is. It's time to separate the wheat from the chaff, as they say, and decide who wants to use this system and partner with this company and partner with me and some incredible leaders to accomplish something extraordinary this summer. The income that you create here has the real potential to last you a lifetime. That's why I'm so serious about it. In fact, these products, I know not everybody can get the CBD, but before I jump into the strategy, I just want you to understand something in case this isn't clear. The only reason why I'm here is because the products. I would have not come back to network marketing with my background. You know, I've had many, many seven-figure years in traditional business, in online business. I've set up really simple systems and structures to have money come through. It would be very simple to do. I would not have come back to network marketing had I not really believed in the product. I've got a serious health challenge, and this has stopped me from having to get a surgery that probably would have seriously injured me with my nerves and so forth. I can't say enough about it. What that caused me to do was to take a serious look at the owners, the founders, everything. All I can say is this is the real deal. This is a unique situation. I've been in the opportunity, you know, industry, if you want to call it that, we're in entrepreneurial, you know, endeavor industry for 22 years full time, meaning started network marketing, then I went into internet marketing, then I went into traditional business and startups and created several seven-figure businesses, only to come back full circle to this. I would not have done that if this wasn't something absolutely extraordinary. You have to like put that in perspective. Why would I do that? So those who want to run with me this summer, listen carefully to what I'm going to talk about today, because one of the most generous aspects of the team building strategy, where you're going to get a lot of help from your team long term, is going away if you don't get dialed in before the end of this month. So I want you to make sure you guys understand this. You got to understand, we don't have a shortage of people. I enrolled 526 people, and I enrolled into the business. Those aren't pre-enrollees. Over half of them at director and executive level, so hundreds of people. We don't have a shortage of people to work with. That's not what this is about. I'm not here to convince you to do anything. I'm just here to find out who wants to run with me? I know you can't all run at the same pace. I know some of you might have to move at a slower pace. That's cool. You know, that we'll find out what your goals are and I'll work with you. My focus shifts now onto helping you guys achieve your goals. How I want you to look at this, because I know some of you might look at this the way I used to. I used to not really like network marketing because I would see these products. For those of you who can't get CBD, there's this sleep spray I use every day. It puts me right to sleep. It's fantastic. I wake up fresh. I used to look at this stuff, curcumin. I was already taking curcumin for my issue that I can't really talk about because then it's a disease claim. But I was already taking curcumin from another company. They came out with a fantastic curcumin product, so I just take that. Listen, this one here, this is brain. I would have never believed this would work. I would have never believed something like this would work. This actually makes your brain like really clear-minded, and it's natural. It's really incredible. I would have not been into any of this ordinarily. I didn't get into products. I just was I'm not a consumer by nature. I don't buy stuff. I like healthy foods. I keep it pretty simple. I rarely shop for clothes. I keep everything. I'm not a consumer by heart. But this is a phenomenal product line. The way I want you to look at this though, and the way I looked at it, even though I fell in love with the products, the way I see this and the reason why I'm so successful with it is because I see it as a system. I'm a systems guy. I see everything as systems. You know, I walk into a mall and I see the way they're trying to guide the traffic. I see everything in systems. This is just a system. It's a system for you to get free financially. It's not a big deal. Like people get really caught up in a lot of weird stuff. It's a simple system. You want to partner with a really good company that's proven itself, but still has massive growth ahead. We've established all of that. You can watch the video again, the comprehensive review, if that's not clear. It's absolutely 100% what's happening. It's just a simple system. It's nothing to get all, you know, crazy about. You can get excited about it because it's a phenomenal opportunity, but with a system that's good, you got a good company, you got good leadership, you got fantastic products, you got a great comp plan. It's simple. Then you just decide if you're going to work that system. And if you're able to partner with people who know what they're doing, which it's not just me here, you're going to be able to partner with me, but lots of people know what they're doing, lots of different ways. It's just a simple thing. And you build a residual income and you don't act goofy about it. You know, a lot of people they enter into these things really goofy and they quit after 3 months. It's like, what the heck? Why would you even join in the first place if you're going to quit in 3 months? No, you join and you don't leave until you've got the money, and you don't ever leave really. You start to fall in love with the process because you start making good money and you just work when you want to, and you start to want to help people. It starts to become really fun. Guys, it's not a big deal. It really isn't. Okay, it's a system. It's not a big deal. It's a system to make a lot of money. And if you look at it properly, like you'll succeed with it and you won't be all like anxious about it. Okay. Let's talk about what's going away and the strategy, because it's really important to understand. A lot of you will probably recognize this slide if you watched our comprehensive review. It's showing you at the top, and it's saying 100 committed people. Well, and over here on the left. And then over here on the right, it says add you to marketing rotator. I'm going to explain in case this isn't clear. So the first emphasis is to get 100 committed people in a leg. That could take, for me, it took like a month or two. For most people, that could take 3 to 6 months. Like, you need to understand like the timeline on these things. Like, you're building a lifelong residual income. It is life-changing. The only people who get to have it are the people who have a little bit longer term vision than your average bear. Like, doesn't it just make sense? That's like how you separate yourself from everyone else who struggles, from everyone else who doesn't have enough money and never will, from everybody else who just kind of has to accept their life the way it is. One of the major ways you get to separate yourself is just by being a little bit more realistic when you're setting out to accomplish something extraordinary. And like, so again, you're getting help from your upline on this, and you're getting help from the team is working together on that. Like, you might not even bring in any of those and you'd still get that leg built, which would help you make money, which you get paid on. but you understand, like, it could take 3 months, it could take 6 months, it could take 1 year. Getting it going is what is the big deal. And then once it's going, it starts to really compound. That's what you have to understand. So the first goal is getting 100 committed people. Your upline's helping you do that. Once you have what's 100 committed people, it's on auto order, people on auto ship. That's how we define it. Even if you didn't bring them in, I mean, we would expect you to bring in some, but even if you didn't bring any in, which we have a lot of people who didn't, and they're getting added to their uplines market. We call them marketing rotators or traffic rotators. I'm going to show you that in a minute. And that's where, and they actually get added to 10 different uplines marketing rotators. And 10% of those uplines incomes from HempWorks is allocated to marketing that I show them how to do, or we show them where to buy the leads, and that goes into your second leg, just so you're not alone in building that second leg. And you need to understand that as your upline's incomes grow, the amount that they're putting into that grows. And if you are smart about this and you understand it's a system and you understand it's a process, you understand you have great products, you have a great company, you have a fantastic comp plan, you have a company where the timing is perfect, you've got a great system. And now, so it's all just about sticking with the process to build those two legs. And again, you're getting massive help from your upline. Most of you here, if you log into your account, you're seeing people fall underneath you already for this first leg. And once it gets to 100 people on auto ship in that leg, then you get dropped into those 10 different upline marketing rotators. And again, over time, as their incomes increase, that marketing increases. Now, if you're not doing anything, if you're like not paying attention, if you're just like not taking it seriously, then you'll go into the marketing rotators of upline that are kind of not taking it seriously too, which means a lot less traffic. If you're someone who's taking it seriously, like I mentioned this summer, I'm going to do a 90-day blitz, and you're one of the people that, again, you don't have to, I mentioned before I hit the record button, and I'll mention it again. I understand what it's like to be struggling. I had 2 babies, one just about 2 years old and one newborn. At the same time, I was filing bankruptcy and going through massive stress in our business, where I was spending a lot of time just juggling bills and calling banks, and I had no extra money because I literally had nothing to work with. And my mom was in hospice care in my home, dying of cancer, and I was taking care of her. You add all of that up, and it was a very stressful, very difficult time. So I understand what that's like. I didn't even, there was more going on at that time. It was just intense. My grandma passed away. There was just all kinds of crazy stuff going on in a very short period of time, all of a sudden. So I know what it's like to have a difficult time in your life. I do. And I had no money to work with, so I understand all that. But I still went from there and rebounded and had incredible success in the next chapter of my life because of the decisions that I made during that time. So I really don't believe in excuses or anything. It's like, you basically have to ask yourself, like, am I going to create an amazing life or not? And here's a system and a great group of people and a phenomenal company and everything that you need to do that. It's no big deal. You just do it. You work it into your life, and it fulfills you if you approach it properly. Like, it's fulfilling. It's not like a grind. It's not like a negative experience. My life was really difficult during that time. But the work that I did that pulled me out of it was fulfilling. You gotta approach things differently, guys. If you want to live a successful life, it's a different way of thinking about stuff. So, okay. So let me get back to this, because this is going away. This is a really powerful thing. We're going to keep building. I'm going to start my my blitz and working with you guys this summer. But the part of this that I'm going over now won't exist anymore unless you commit before the end of this month, because we can't facilitate this forever, this piece of the strategy. Okay, so after there's 100 people on auto ship in the first leg, you get added to 10 different upline marketing rotators, and you're locked into those. And they're putting 10% of their monthly income into that. So as they're growing and working with me and their incomes are expanding, that's more and more going into your leg. Now, they're not going to build it for you. You need to be doing something. You need to be at least attempting. Maybe you're still learning, you know, maybe you really struggle, but you need to be showing us that you're involved, right? Sorry about all the noise. I don't know what's going on outside. So you see these circles, it's driving down that second leg. Okay, you need 2 legs to make really big money in the company. And so that's why we focus the strategy there. But I do want to mention there's lots of compensation plans I'm not going to talk about that you get paid on top of all of that. But I focus on the binary because it's residual. Residual is where I put my mind. Residual is the freedom money. It's the money that keeps coming in even if I take 3 months off. I call it freedom money because it's residual. It keeps coming in. So that's where I focus, okay? There's many more on top of it, though. It's important to understand that, but I'm not going to go into those today because this strategy is focused on getting you to that binary. Okay, so let's talk about the traffic rotator so you understand. Your 10 uplines will promote a link. This is a tool that comes with the company. Like, it comes free. Like, they have so many cool tools, like marketing tools, that allow us to help you, and there's no extra cost to use them or anything. The company is really spectacular in so many different ways. But anyway, there's a tool back there called the rotator, and the upline will just promote this link, and when they do, it rotates to those that are in their rotator. And if you look over here, like this would be your username in the company. They just add that really easily. This is what your domain name looks like. It just automatically goes in there when they add your username. And then we allocate how many hits per cycle you get. And what that means is when when we're advertising and a new lead comes to the rotator, sorry, I didn't mean to go to the next slide yet. When a lead comes in, it rotates here and then here and then here. I'll explain that a little bit more in a second. And then total hits is showing, where the arrow is pointing now, is showing how many hits your page got. And then this is how many pre-enrollees, how many people actually registered and are taking the tour in the company. And this is all happening automatically, helping you build that second leg. So again, I'm going to explain that one more time. We can actually increase the hits per cycle that someone gets. In fact, like for example, I'm doing advertising right now that's on top of this. Like, I'm doing some really awesome advertising and it's working really, really well. And some people want to buy shares in that, like to get a piece of that at cost. Like, I'm not charging extra or anything, letting them have access to my best lead source. And so we might give somebody an allocation of, like, if they paid for extra shares, they could have 2 shares, 3 shares. But the cool thing about this is you're not paying for this 1 hit per cycle, this 1 share in the rotator, as part of the strategy I'm talking about right now. Just by being here right now at the top of our organization. Again, this part of the strategy is going away if you're not dialed in by the end of this month. And we'll never talk about it again except to those people that are in. We got to know who you are, and you just got to meet very basic minimum commitments. And if you take it seriously, like, you're going to have that long-term locked-in support on that second leg. I just want you to know that. So on June 30th, this strategy changes permanently. The comprehensive review, which is a video you should be familiar with. That's this one where Robin and I go over the whole strategy. And I don't know how many of you, hopefully you guys have watched this. It goes over the whole strategy that we have. And one of the sections in here talks about, I don't know where it is, but one of the sections in here talks about that 2-leg support strategy, which is the most generous team building residual income support strategy I've ever seen. It's not something we can sustain forever because it's just too much work and effort to do that as it compounds out. Because we're managing it. Like, for example, if I can go back to my slides real quick. For example, when you're in the rotator like this, and let's say like you're like going the extra mile, like you're really working, you're serious, we're going to want to we'll move you into a rotator of a more serious upline so you can get even more traffic. So it's just like we're managing it constantly. And so It was never intended to be a strategy that would last forever. This part of the strategy is going away. On January 1st, the comprehensive review video that reviews the strategy that we use that's unique to our team, because there's lots of cool things built into there. That's one of them, but this is a really, really powerful one long-term, getting into 10 different marketing rotators of your upline for help on your second leg. I mean, it's crazy. So that's going away on July 1st. This video will be replaced. You'll never hear me talk about it publicly again. You'll never hear me talk about it in a setting like this again, unless you're on the inside, unless you're in the group that I consider the top of our organization. So a couple of the things I want to go over, and then I'll talk about what those commitments are, even though it's the same commitments they always were, but in case you don't know. I just want to mention, guys, you should be taking this really seriously. I got to ask you something. And right now, I got the compensation plan open here. I'm going to go to the binary real quick because that strategy is helping you build the binary, and I want to make sure you understand the basics of it. It's really simple, but I just want to ask you, like, and I want you to really think about this, like, what else are you going to do? Like, seriously. Like, I've been around the opportunity space as an entrepreneur, not just in this industry, but also in online marketing. And then I went into traditional business. At one time had as many as 80 employees. I've had many 7-figure and some 8-figure years in many different niches. I've been doing this since I was 22 years old. I'm 48 now. Doing this a long time. I mean, the last job I had, I was working in a print shop in college. Like I can barely even conceive of the employee being an employee. I say that because, like, you got to ask yourself, like, why would I be putting all of my energy into this? Because it's obviously high leveraging, and has more potential than anything else I've ever seen to not just have a high leverage payout back for everybody involved that puts in energy, but long term. So my question to you is, what else are you going to do? Because I assure you, anything else you do in the opportunity space, if it's legal, is going to be a lot harder than this. To build anything that you can, that's solid, anything that's worth having. And I say if it's legal because there's a lot of cryptocurrency stuff out there and some other things out there that, you know, you're literally risking getting your house taken. They're basically pyramid schemes. And, you know, hopefully you can see the difference. It wasn't so clear in the crypto market a couple of years ago, but it certainly is now. And if what you're doing is legal, it's never, ever going to get easier than this. And this is a real business. So my question is, what else are you going to do to create residual income? And why does it have to be so hard? You know, why does it have to be so complicated? It doesn't. Why does it have to be something that you resist? Why can't it be something that you enjoy doing? Like, it doesn't need to be weird. It can be fun. What else are you going to do to create residual income and get support from millionaires who are genuinely interested in people? And from the top down, the owners, I mean, you pay attention, you're going to see that right away. What else are you going to do? What other system are you going to follow that can give you that kind of possibility in your life? So I want you to really think about that and just find a simple way to plug away at this and build your dream. It doesn't need to be a big deal, guys. I want to mention, again, I'm doing a 90-day summer blitz, and then I'm going to get back to the compensation plan. I'm doing a 90-day summer blitz starting July 1st. So that's what this call is really about. We need to find out who we working with here, who's going to be a part of this strategy long term, because we need to get you on a Google sheet. There's a lot of stuff that we got to do administratively, not the kind of work I really like to do, which is why, again, we want to close the chapter on this, get your name on that Google sheet, and get to know who you are. And not just me, but many. I'll get to know who you are. We'll all be getting to know who you are. We need to know who that team is. We need to lock them in, and then we're going to work together. at whatever pace you want to go. If you want to get to 5K affiliate in 90 days, cool. If you want to get to 10K, 25K, 50K affiliate in 90 days, awesome. I want to know who you are and I want to help you do it. I'm going to want you, if that's you, and I know I've got some more stuff to cover, but if that's you, I just want you to know I'm going to want you to email me the answers to these questions. I've got this scheduled, an email scheduled to go out again. I've sent this out, but I knew some people after watching this are going to probably be paying more attention. And so I sent this out to all of you. Tomorrow morning it's scheduled. And I want to know, like, what's your monthly income goal? What date do you want to make it by? And the reason why I need to know this stuff is because I need to work with you to make sure it's realistic. Because a lot of people are just so like, I mean, I don't mean to, I'm not saying this to be mean, but just out of it when it comes to, you know, how to make things happen. You just unrealistic expectations. Like if you can get a realistic plan set up and have realistic expectations and find a process that you enjoy doing, that's not a big deal, becomes a part of your life, you're going to hit the target. And that's what my job is to help you do. Again, I've had some of the most difficult moments in my life where I still had to produce. And so I had to find ways. And so because of that experience, like no matter where you're at, where you're in a good position like I am, where you can advertise, you want high leverage and you got the money to do it, or you're absolutely flat out broke, I've been there. So I can help you do it. And we can do it in a way that it's gonna meet realistic goals and allow you to leverage this system and leverage me and leverage all of this to be able to achieve some incredible goals this year, regardless where you're at. And to have fun doing it, guys. I want to know the answer to these questions. How do you plan to build your second leg? If you don't know, tell me that so I can help you out. Anyway, so these, if you didn't see these questions yet and you didn't respond already, you'll see these in your email box tomorrow morning. I need to know who you guys are that I'm going to be working with so I can close the chapter on who my top team is and we can start to accomplish some amazing things together. My focus now changes from me just signing people up, you know, on my own to helping you guys achieve your goals. And so look for that email tomorrow. Anyway, so I do want you to understand the binary because that's what this strategy is really all about. All you got to do is 40 PV auto ship. And you're like, I want to speak to those of you that don't understand auto ship or why you need to purchase products to make money. Listen carefully if you don't understand why you need to purchase products to be a part of something like this. Because I kind of get that. I remember 20 years ago not understanding. Listen carefully if this is you. Every business model has its own rules that allow it to work. If you go into the hotel business, if you go into the online marketing business behind the scenes, like those of you who know who Marie Forleo is, or Brendan Bouchard, or Mike Dillard, if you go behind the scenes of the, you know, Frank Kern, Gary Vaynerchuk, if you go behind the scenes of their businesses, if you go to the hotel industry, if you go into any industry, if I say banking and insurance or like the car business, then you'll really know what I mean, but it's true for every industry. There are quirky things that are way quirkier and way weirder than the network marketing industry. And if you've ever been on the inside of an industry or knew somebody who was, maybe someone in your family, you know what I'm talking about. Really weird stuff goes on behind the scenes. That's network marketing is nothing like it. Network marketing is very transparent. Network marketing is very simple and there's not a lot of hanky-panky going on. Those other industries, there are. So, but there's still going to be things that you may not really get or understand that are absolutely essential to making a business model work. And so that's one thing I want you to understand, is that it's part of the business. And every business has things like that, that outsiders or newbies don't really get. Like when you first become a real estate agent, you think you have an idea, you might take some classes, get qualified. You still got a couple more years before you learn the weird ins and outs. There's not a lot of that going on in the network marketing industry. Every other industry has lots of weird things. But one weird thing might be, why do I have to purchase products to participate? Now let me answer you another way. It's because that's our job. Our job is to represent the products and the opportunity, and they go hand in hand. It's like if it's not a good product, listen carefully, if it's not a good product, it's not a good opportunity. It won't last. It's got to be a good product. And if you don't have a personal relationship with the product at all, it's not realistic that you can represent the business. It doesn't make any sense, because it's the whole point, is that we're bringing a really cool product to market, and people just aren't going to believe it. They aren't going to believe you in any way or really want to have anything to do with you in the business if you don't have some kind of connection. So that's number one. Number two, it's all about moving product. And it's like, if you're not going to want the product, then who the hell is? Like, no one that you come across. It should just make sense that having a relationship with the product. I love every one of the products that I tried. I absolutely love, like just absolutely love many of the products. And one of them, I could say, saved my life. I mean, in a very real way. They're really, really high quality products. You need to develop a relationship with them. You need to find the ones that you like, that you can represent. That requires you trying them. If you don't like them and then you can't represent the opportunity. It doesn't make any sense. You might have to try different ones, whatever it is. But you need to have some kind of connection to the product. And then you need to have others around you try the products, not to sell them. I have them try them. I get their feedback. Before I even joined this company, I had over 20 different people test the same product I did to see what they would say because I didn't know, do I just want to be a customer? The product helped me massively. But I wanted to know, after I did that, I was like, man, I think I might want to do network marketing again. This is incredible. And so I had over 20 people try the product and report back to me what it was doing for them. And then I was sold on the business. Like, you need to take an interest in that side of it, guys. I hope that just makes sense. Okay, so you're doing 40 PV auto ship, which is about $69 a month. Anybody can do that. Even when I was absolutely broke, I was able to do that. It's a commitment. That's the friggin' point. Like, you need to make a few commitments that are totally reasonable and doable. That qualifies you for the binary. Now, there's other compensation plans that wouldn't qualify you for, but if that's all you can do, that's the bare minimum rock bottom, it still qualifies you for the binary. Now, that would put you at builder level. So look over here on the right, and that would pay less because you wouldn't be executive, but you would get 10% of the the lesser amount. So the way binary works is, if you have, let's say, 100,000 business volume moving through the left leg, and you have, let's say, 50,000 business volume moving through the right leg, and you'd be an executive if you were doing that, because you have so much money you're leaving on the table. Let's just say you're a builder, you would get 10% of the lower side, 10% of the 50,000. So you have $5,000 a month residual coming in. Remember, your upline's helping you build the first leg. If you get in before the end of this month, your upline's working with you. You're not going to build it for you, but you're getting into their marketing rotators. You're getting help on that second leg. You just plug into the system, and they're good products, so it starts to grow. People start, I've shared it with my sister, and I shared it with my parents, people that I didn't sell it to them to make money, but just because the product's cool. That's what happens. So you would get 5,000 in that example. But if you were executive, you get 15% of the lesser side. So that would be what? 7,500 a month residual, meaning you don't need to do anything. That money keeps coming in. Now remember, there's a whole bunch of other compensation plans that you're getting on top of this. So you'd actually be making, and this is just an estimate, but probably about 15,000 to 20-some thousand a month because of all the other compensation plans. Our strategy focuses, when we talk mostly about the binary, because it's easier to understand and it's the most residual portion of it. So you only have to do 2 legs. You're getting massive help on that first leg. And then you know, again, this part of the strategy is going away. What I'm going to say next, I just want to remind you, you're getting help on that second leg as well if you end up being a part of our team before the end of this month. That part's going away at the end of this month. Study the compensation plan. If it's been a while, watch the comprehensive review again. Again, this video will change to reflect this part of the strategy that we're removing. This will change on July 1st. But study this comprehensive review. Understand that this is a system, guys. It's not a big deal. A lot of people get really freaked out when they start thinking about changing their life. You know, I've been living like this for so long, and I've had so much freedom. When I shared with you the story where I went through a really stressful time in my life, a business partner had ran off with $1 million. I wasn't in this industry at that time. It was years later. I went into traditional business. It was my first attempt at a traditional business. And I hired a web developer, and he ended up running off with all of the money and tried to force us to sign a different agreement that would have screwed our investors, and we weren't willing to do that. And so we said, we'll take you to court. It was a really long, hard time. I share that with you because no matter where you're at in life right now, no matter how challenging it may be, you're able to leverage this model as a system to pull yourself out of it. And if you're like where I was 6 months ago, where I was in a strong position, I was in a very strong position, but you see that this is an incredible opportunity to be able to not just create residual income, but to be able to create it for decades to come. It's a legacy company. And we cover why in the comprehensive review, so I won't get into that now, but it is an extraordinary coming together of events and really cool people, genuine people from the top down that encompasses a system. And I just want to come back to what else you're going to do. What other system are you going to plug into that offers a better advantage to help you create that residual income lifestyle? Again, for those of you who decide to run with us, get on auto ship. You're going to let us know you're ready to roll. You're going to commit long term. You're not going to look at this goofy like some short-term silly monkey business. You're going to take it seriously, and you want to put together a plan with me that you would enjoy, that works for you, that's a process that would be fun for you, that you would plug away at, for a period of time, so that you have time for it to build, to work with your team, to get the team's help, for it to build and mushroom. If you're going to approach it that way with a mature perspective, then you'll be successful. And I'll be really, really glad to be able to help you do it. Again, if you want to join us and you want to be a part of that piece of the strategy, really the most generous team building strategy I've ever seen for helping people get to residual income, where you're getting help on that second leg by getting added to 10 different upline marketing rotators, you need to let us know. You might not be working directly with me yet. We'll work directly together, even if you're working with somebody else, but let the person who referred you know that you want to run with us and you want to be part of the 90-day blitz, whether you want to run slowly this summer with us and maybe just make your goal like get to the 5K affiliate level in 90 days, or if you want to run faster and go for the 50K affiliate level, I'll be working with you based on how you answer these questions. I'll be working with you to put a plan together that's realistic, because a lot of times people are a little bit unrealistic. You might have a really high income goal, and the date that you plan to make it by might be like, I might look at it and after talking with you feel like, okay, that's just a little bit unrealistic, but we'll make it realistic. And we'll make it so that you can put a plan together that you enjoy, which is really key. Okay, guys, so if you guys want to open up questions, let's go ahead and see if we can do this. I'm on a new format here, and so I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to be able to manage this properly, but I'm going to lower hands for a second, and then go ahead and raise your hand if you have a question, let me see if I can unmute you and see how this works. This is a different format. But any questions at all, go ahead and raise your hand and I'll see if I can unmute you. Okay, so I see Bob's, hold on, Bob. Bob, you out there? Says you're muted. Give me one more second here. Let me see if I can.
Okay, do you hear
There
me
you
now?
go. Yeah, I hear you, Bob. Go ahead.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Doing real good.
I just have a question. I'm not in your organization directly, so I was wondering if how I could leverage these strategies, on your 90-day run through the summer. I have a very strong leg already, and then I need to build out one other leg. So should I just mirror what you're doing and
Yeah. So whose downline are you in? Whose team?
I'm actually one level below Robert Hollis.
Okay. And so are you in Profit Platform or Ambassador?
I'm ambassador program, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm working my way through the milestones now. It's been a little challenging the past 3 months here with the COVID in New York and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
I'm a nurse and I've been pretty busy, so.
Yeah.
But I think I'm through the fog now, so I'm ready to, rededicate and
yeah, in your case, I mean, you could decide to continue this offer in your organization, but if you want to kind of run alongside us and keep it simple and have the messaging be similar, because you're using our system, then yeah, just go ahead and find out if there's anyone that you've brought in who wants to be a part of this, and you would mirror what I'm doing. And I would recommend, for simplicity, go ahead and close it out on July 1st too. Otherwise, it could get a little confusing for people coming in. If you could probably handle that, but I would mirror what I'm doing if you're going to use the system, because they'll be hearing from me as well.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was concerning. I started to think. I was like, well, should I take a second position in your organization, and then I could take advantage of that, but it would be starting from scratch again, and I'd be giving up all that BV.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't recommend that. Just mirror what I'm doing, mirror the strategy, and that way, as you're mirroring and using our presentations and the systems, it will all make sense to your team.
Okay. Cool. Thanks
Absolutely.
so much.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I see Trish. One second, Trish. Trish, go ahead and unmute yourself, and you should be able to.
Hey, Mike.
Hi, Trish. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good.
Good.
I am down here at South Padre Island and doing my business while I'm down here on the island. So I am like super excited.
Awesome.
I am so pumped. My question is, okay, I definitely want to go 50K, but when you ask like what our income goal is, I don't know what to put for something like that, because I don't know like what.
In your case, just start with, what would you need to make per month to feel comfortable not having to ever think about a job again?
Oh, okay.
You just start there, like the lowest amount, where if that kept coming in, you wouldn't have to ever be stressed about work. It's going to pay your basic bills with a little extra. What would that amount be? And let's just start there.
Okay, and then of course go up from that.
Well, yeah, but we want to have targets, incremental targets.
Okay. Okay, awesome. That makes sense.
Yeah, we'll just keep it simple. We'll start with the lowest hanging fruit, then we get that, and then we reassess and we'll make a new goal.
Okay.
Because
awesome.
I know you're going to go far, and I know that you can accomplish some really big goals, but we don't want to have it so far off that we can't put our arms around it.
Right. I don't want to be irrealistic, if that makes sense. I don't want to set goals that I can't obtain, in a certain time frame, because I am new at this. But at the same time, it's like my drive is like on overdrive right now.
Right. Well, I mean, and this is the other thing too, and just kind of speaking to everybody here, I'm here to help you find balance. Like, as you guys know, like, I can really turn it on and I can work really hard in a short period of time. And that can be really powerful. And that's what the 90-day blitz will be an opportunity for you guys to do. If you're in a position where you can set a lot of time over in the summer, then you'll want to run, really hard with me. but some of you won't be able to do that. Like if you're at a situation where like I was with taking care of my mom and I had two babies and I was dealing with bankruptcy, I would have been able to run at some pace, but not nearly at that pace. So we just have to gauge that, and I'll help you guys kind of find that balance depending on where you're at right now, and get as much accomplished this summer as possible. I'll help you, make sure that the goal that you're setting is realistic with how much time you have per day, and these kinds of things. And those questions are just the beginning of us figuring that out.
Okay, cool. Because that's the main thing. Like what I need is help with the goals and making sure that I'm realistic about my goals.
Yeah, will you be able to make it to Friday's call?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, you said you could. Okay, awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we'll focus on that. So give me if you didn't answer those questions yet, give them to me before Friday and we'll jump in.
Okay. All right, will do.
Awesome. Looking
All
forward
right,
to it.
thanks. Awesome, thanks. Bye.
Bye. All right, let's see. John, go ahead and unmute yourself, John.
Hey, Mike, how you doing, man?
Doing really good. How you doing?
Real good, thank you. Just a quick question. I'm assuming since the comprehensive review video is being changed, there's just another rendition of that coming out, is that correct?
Yeah, it'll be an updated new version on July 1st, and we'll get that out to you guys so you can update your funnels and again, it'll be pretty much the same thing, but no mention of that part of the strategy.
The reason I'm asking is there going to be a community comprehensive review video? Like you have,
yeah,
like the one that's sitting out right now, because and the reason I ask you that is the current, I only have one laptop and it's my business laptop, and my corporate IT folks firewall any way for me to use a third party to upload videos, and I haven't finished setting up my WordPress funnels yet. So I'm just afraid if I get jammed that I won't have something to be able to lead back into, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. So for those that don't know what John's referring to there, if you don't want to set up your own marketing funnel, like we show you how to do, or if you just don't have time right now, we will have what we call a community presentation together that will have the new presentation on July 1st, so that you could just refer people to that, and that would also work. Long term, it's better to have your own because it has your links in it and so forth, but short term, that would work fine.
That's beauty, because that helps me out tremendously. I'm sure
absolutely.
it'll help out a lot of other people as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right, real good, John. Will you be able to make it Friday?
Oh, absolutely. I'm tagged for everything that's coming up.
Okay, cool.
Just so I don't forget.
Okay, real good, real good. And those of you who can't make it Friday, send me, if you can't make it consistently on Fridays, send me a couple days and times that do work for you, so we can start doing those twice a week. Because I'm going to be working with, it's going to take me, a few weeks to get connecting with all of you. If you listen in, you're going to learn a lot as I'm connecting with others, but I'd like to connect with all of you and work with you on your game plan, how you're going to build, what your income goal is, make sure it's realistic with your timeline, what you want to get out of the 90-day blitz, if you can really run with me, all that stuff. So if Friday doesn't work, let me know days and times that do work for you guys so I can schedule the second day on a time that you can make. Great connecting with you, John. I'll see you Friday.
Thank you.
And let me see, I'm going to go to Russ. Hey there, Russ. Let's see here. Hold on. Yeah, you there, Russ?
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Hey, pretty good, thanks. Hey, I just wanted to let you know I came in, I believe it was December with you. I haven't done anything in the business, but I took a right turn when I should have made a left. It was a disaster with the crypto. Anyways, just a quick question for you. For those of us that are kind of wondering, like, let's say we've got a 6-month plan to see where we can get to, how far we can get to down along the compensation path, and how much earnings we would, potentially be looking at. Let's say 6 months time, a person has 20 to 25 hours a week to put into the business. and either zero budget to say $200 a month for advertising. Do you see people, you know, hitting 3,000 a month, or is that high or is that low? What do you?
Did you say zero ad budget?
Yeah, let's use two options: the zero ad budget and maybe 200 to 300 ad budget. That's kind of, because that's where I'm at right now. I'm looking at coming in, you know, doing something with you. I'm working another business, so if I can, you know, split the difference and go.
Yeah,
apart.
Russ, I love the question. This is exactly what we're going to be talking about Friday. It's just it's a pretty long discussion, like at least 15 minutes, at least 15 minutes back and forth, because I'm going to want to dive into all the different options that you have and find out which ones you would want to use. They all have different levels of leverage, but we want to make sure you have a good comfort level with the methods that you use. And there's no question, there's so many different ways to build. We'll find the comfort level. Sometimes what you guys will do is you'll try a couple of them out for a week or two, and then we'll meet again, and before you commit to one, and then we'll be able to know, okay, based on the one that you're using, I can give you a reasonable expectation. But there's so many different options that we got to run through, and I got a ton of questions before I can give you. I mean, I can just, you know, I want to make sure what I'm throwing out is based in reality. So if you can join me, can you join me Friday?
I can.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Did you send me the answers to those questions already?
I have not. I'll wait for that email and I will send them out to you.
Okay, yeah, that's, if you don't see it by tomorrow late morning, email my support team and let us know. Look in your bulk folder. But yeah, send me the answers to those questions, and let's meet Friday, and we have to dig in a lot more.
Thanks, Mike.
Absolutely. I will say, as a quick answer, what you threw out as far as $3,000 a month. I mean, in a 3-month period, you would want to be, you'd have to be really assertive on a $0 ad budget, and even a $200 to $300 ad budget. You want to be really assertive. The power, it can be done, but you'd have to, you know, on your game as far as, you know, consistent every day a strategy, and we'll talk about the different options. But that's not unreasonable at all. But it is lofty, and I want people. And I'm going to pause right there for a second, then we'll go to more questions to make sure everyone understands this. Because I think this is a missing thing. A lot of people, they look at this opportunity, they look at this industry similar as they look at a job. A job pays a good amount of money, but you're stuck forever trading your time for money. Traditional businesses, you have to put a huge amount of money and time up front before it's really expected that you would ever even break even. This is like a beautiful model where you don't have to put a huge amount of money up front before you start making a profit. But it's not like a job where pretty quick, including 3 months, you're making a lot of money unless you're really going for it. It's a model that builds and compounds over time and allows you to escape trading time for money forever. And, you know, there are so many people in this company that are set for life already, and they've only been here like 2 years, and they're set for life, and some of them massive. It's, if you give it time, you know, 3 months is pretty short, but if you give it time, 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years, that's where the big rewards are. And then it just compounds. And so it's allowing you, you know, some people call it an escape plan. So it's a little bit different than how people usually measure what they want to earn by a certain time, because you're actually escaping being a slave to money ever. And so that's the reward, but it does take more time than most people are used to in those other models. But again, in a traditional business model, you got to put a lot of money up front and a lot more time up front before you even break even. So it's really in comparison to a job, I think, that people get a little bit confused. But the numbers you throw out aren't unreasonable. We want to dig deeper into the methods that you'll be using and exactly how many hours you'd be spending, and talk about that more on Friday. Let's see, Boss. See if you can go ahead and unmute yourself and fire away.
Yes. How you doing today, sir?
Doing real good. How about yourself?
I am doing wonderful. I want to say it's actually an honor to be on this call. I've never been on a conference call at 5 o'clock, and I appreciate that. My hours are, I work midnights, and this is very convenient.
Excellent.
I actually want to get started with the actual marketing and set a budget for myself. And as far as a monthly income goal, I want to hit that 50K marker, but I'm just starting out. I'm bare bones, just coming into the game, and I can actually dedicate $1,000 a month for my advertising. I could do that on a regular basis. I just want to know, what do I need to do to get it going?
Okay, so what level are you at now?
Well, I just really signed up the other day, so I came in on just the affiliate part. I can upgrade to whatever level I need to make this happen.
Now, who's your referrer? Do you happen to know off the top of your head?
I came in directly under you.
Oh, okay. So do you have my email address?
I do.
Yeah, go ahead and email me as soon as the call's over, and I'll reach out either tonight or tomorrow morning. And then we'll go over your different options. Because in your case, if you could do a month in advertising, you're going to want to come in at executive. And just for those listening that might have a similar situation, $1,000 a month ad budget's a good, strong ad budget. So you'd want to come in at executive level. Are you in the U.S.?
I am. I'm actually in Detroit.
Detroit. Okay, awesome. How's Detroit doing, by the way?
Actually, we're doing really good here. The levels are pretty low here.
You paid your dues.
Absolutely.
So
I do have experience in the networking industry as well. I just kind of kicked back. I stepped away for a while, but I was looking for someone who can actually help me with the internet marketing. So I've been following you, and that's why I joined you, because it seems like you can teach me what I need to know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know this by the back of my hand. So yeah, let's connect by email, and then we can hop on a call and discuss further. Are you able to do Friday nights at 9 p.m. or did you say you're working evenings?
I work midnights, and I actually work for myself, but I can actually, I'll make it happen.
Because we'll want to connect there too. And I'm going to have another session I haven't scheduled yet. I'm going to hear back from everybody on what a good time is who can't do that time. But yeah, email me either right after the call or early tomorrow, and we'll connect there. And then I'll just make sure I got some more questions for you. But it sounds like it'll be executive pack, and I'll be working with you really closely on your ad budget.
One question about that executive pack. Do I necessarily have to order those specific packs, or can I actually pick and choose the products that I want?
Yeah, you can pick and choose the products that you want. Exactly. And you get the cool thing about the executive pack is you get a really big discount. So it's a great way to be able to try, like I was saying earlier, a lot of people kind of don't understand the importance of this. You have a background in the industry, so you probably do, but you want to try lots of different products and find the ones you actually really like. And sometimes you have to try different ones to know which ones are good for you, but you'll be able to pick which ones you want. So I'll help you with that. Just send me do you know your ID number, your HempWorks ID number?
Right off, I don't, but I can go to my email where they send me everything and send it to you.
I don't mean, yeah, send it to me. I just want to see where you're at in the team when I respond back to you.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll include it in the email.
Well, great meeting you, boss. Looking forward to it. And I'll look for you.
It's definitely an honor. I look forward to working with you.
Hey, you too.
All right.
Let's see here. Let's see. We got Michael. Okay, 1 second, guys. Michael, go ahead. Just you'll have to unmute yourself there. I don't think I'm not seeing a way for me to do that. Are you out there, Michael? Okay, I'm going to go to Bill. Go ahead, Bill. Bill Fulmer. No Bill, no Michael. Okay, guys, you guys are the last two hands up. So if I don't hear from, oh, Michael, I just saw you unmuted yourself. You there? Michael, not hearing you for some reason. Check, check, check. Actually see a couple more hands came up. I'm just gonna go ahead and have it be a free for all. Whoever has a question, go ahead and say your name and fire away. Oh wait, I might have needed to click. And April, I saw your hand up as well.
Can you hear me? Us, Daniel Graydon.
Yeah, Daniel. Hi, Daniel. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, I really appreciate everything you and Rob and the whole team do. It's just absolutely awesome. The
Appreciate that.
positiveness, just amazing. And I'm looking to do the 90-day blitz. I really need to get this thing going.
Awesome. Let's do it.
I'm an executive now, and I just upgraded to the Profit platform, so I'm waiting on that to be built and stuff. So.
Okay, cool. Did you send in,
Pardon me?
Daniel, did you send in the answers to those questions I sent out or not yet?
Not yet, but I'll do that in the morning with the email.
Okay, cool. If you don't see the email, email us right away because I want to work with you guys really closely on that. I need to know that stuff so I can make sure your guys' plan is aligned with what you want to accomplish over this 90-day blitz.
Yes, I also have 1,000 a month I can do for. I've already started solo ads and stuff, and have 37 pre-enrollees. I just email them and email them and email them. So I'm hoping to get somebody signed up on that side.
So I just want to pause for a second for those listening and just make sure that they know you don't have to spend 1,000 a month to build this business. Many of the success stories in this company, I would say most, had no ad budget. But if you do have an ad budget, like Daniel does and Boss does, then I'm going to want to work with you really closely so you maximize your return on that, because that's my specialty, is the online marketing and attracting. So if you do have an ad budget, awesome. If you don't, I can work with you with free methods as well. I just want to make sure everyone knows that. That's awesome, Daniel. Yeah, I'd love to work with you, man. How much time do you have to spend, let's say, per week on average?
Well, I'm working probably 40 plus hours a week on my regular job, but I have early mornings. I get up early and I do my emails, and then in the evening. So,
okay,
and
excellent.
then weekends.
Perfect.
Yep.
And does Friday night at 6 Pacific time work good for you for the weekly meetup?
Yes, I will make that.
Okay,
yep.
Awesome. Okay, very good.
So.
All right, looking forward to it. I'll look for your email tomorrow.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Talk to you soon, man.
All right.
I just want to reiterate, guys, it's a system. It's not, for those that have never been in the industry, it's not all that complicated. Again, you do need to be working with people who know what they're doing, or you just kind of don't know if you're going the wrong direction or if you need to make a correction. But if you're working with a group of people who know what they're doing and you have a great company, which we clearly do, it's really all you need. And then it's just a matter of having reasonable expectations and plugging away at the system and making sure you're doing things that are effective, which is what I'm here to help you do. So whether you have an ad budget or not, just understand, like, there is a path for you when you have a good system in place. So yeah, just look for the email tomorrow. Let us know who you are, and let's run this summer and accomplish something amazing. April, did you have a question?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes. I've been a director since I started April 24th.
Okay.
And in April, I saw the my right leg growing, and I've been growing it too, but slowly. But now I'm not able to see the right leg. I'm seeing, upline.
Who referred you? Was it me?
Slattery?
Say it again.
Jim Slattery?
Oh, Jim. Okay. Let me see here. What would be the best thing? Go ahead and email Jim, and let me see if Jim's on this call. I don't know if he is or not. I don't have a good way. Go ahead and email Jim. Do you have his email address?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and email Jim, and tell him to email me and copy you on the email.
Okay.
Because what I'm going to want to look up your account.
Okay.
And because the first thing you said was you were building on the right leg and you were also seeing it grow. So it might be that you should actually be growing your left leg while your team is building your right leg. So those are the kinds of things
I've been
I want to look at.
alternating.
Yeah.
I've been alternating.
Okay.
I have 3 on my left and 3 on my right.
Okay, that sounds good. But you might be able to focus entirely on just one of those legs. We'll take a look.
Oh, okay.
And I'll want to work with you as well. So even though Jim referred you, I'm working with Jim, so I'll also be working with you. So
Thank you.
if you don't see that email tomorrow morning, also be sure to ask Jim to forward you that email that has the questions that I need you to answer so that I can start working with you on a game plan.
Sure. Thank you.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Don't forget to email Jim as soon as this call's over and
Okay.
and then mention to him that I asked you to copy me or asked him to copy me so that I could start working with you guys together in that email.
Yes.
Okay,
Sure
perfect.
thing.
Talk to you soon. All right, let's see. I see Richard. Richard, go ahead, Richard. You might have to unmute yourself.
Hello, Mike.
Hi, Richard. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Okay.
Texted you back and forth a few times, so I was just actually going to my email so I could beat the rush.
Right on.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm looking forward to getting down and talking to you. I'm sure you've got your hands full with lots of people. As you said, you're going to be dedicating yourself to working more directly with us here in the near future. Is that correct?
Starting this Friday.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, the blitz officially starts July 1st because we have some things to do, like redoing this presentation and getting that up. But I'm really actually beginning this Friday with you guys.
Okay, that sounds great. I look forward to that, and I will finish up the email and get it to you here. Maybe I can get a couple other answers that I need down here. So,
Perfect.
all right.
I'll look for it.
Okay, you betcha. Thank you very much.
Looking forward
Have a great day.
You too. Michael, are you able to talk? It looks like you're. Oh wait. Okay, go ahead, Michael. If you're here.
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right, cool. There you go. Yeah. Were you talking earlier and I just couldn't hear you?
Yeah, I was, and then I noticed that Zoom told me I had to go in there and get allow access to the microphone. I guess is the best thing to do. So I had to go in there and get all that configured and get it all fixed up. But I'm here.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, go ahead.
Yeah, my question to you, Mike, and again, thanks again, like all the rest of the folks are saying, for all that you do. And I've been with you since, or I signed up in December. I'm an executive, and I do want to actually even go forward with the ambassador and the platform ambassador program or platform program. But right now, my question is this. I've been doing the 1 cent leads. I've done the solo ads, and I've acquired 97 pre-enrollees and I think 3 affiliates that have signed on. But I'm like the gentleman from Detroit. I do have a budget, and I could probably go with what he's talking about, $1,000 a month. I've been doing a little, not quite as much as that, but I can stretch it up to about 1,000. I do want to build this thing as far as I can take it. So if we have to spend more money to do it, I'm willing to do it. And I just want to let you know that I'm ready and willing to take all the training that you can give me to get me to where I need to go. And the one problem where I had a little bit of a hiccup is I got in with Kartra and I had signed up, had all my funnel systems in Kartra. Then the little hiccup happened with Kartra.
I remember that. Yeah.
And that kind of added I don't know, I kind of got a little disoriented, I guess.
Right. Right.
And now I'm trying to get my Elementor thing up, and I'm having a little problem with it, and I probably need to talk to somebody to help me with it. But
well, Well, Robin will have another kind of tech support type call here soon. But,
Okay.
I can't remember who asked it earlier, if it was Daniel or someone else, but we'll have a community page you can send people to initially while you're putting that together. So don't be too worried about it.
Yeah.
Eventually, we want you to have your own, because that allows you to create new pages with new videos and new follow-ups, but we can keep it really simple initially.
And my big question to you, I guess, is since I didn't have Kartra anymore, and I'm in that zone where I'm trying to get Elementor up and trying to get either what is it? Is it not WordPress, but Aweber, so that I can send emails out to these free enrollees.
Right.
What would you suggest for me to do in the meantime, so I can make contact with these 97 free enrollees that I have out there, other than trying to?
Yeah, I mean, if you're having trouble setting up Aweber, like in the if you're going to be spending $1,000 a month on advertising, you're definitely going to want to get Aweber set up.
Okay.
Now we can work with you on that, but you'll definitely need it then, because you're going to have a lot more pre-enrollees. But for right now, you can email those pre-enrollees through your regular email system. Just split it up into like 3 different emails, and then just BCC them so they don't see each other's email addresses. Just BCC them. I still sometimes send out emails to them through my regular email.
Okay.
A smaller group, like 30 or 40 people or 20 people. But you're going to want to get Aweber set up once you turn on a big ad budget like that.
Okay. Now, do you need for me to send you an email letting you know that I'm committed to spending what I need to spend to do this, or what do you need from me?
Yeah. I've had a lot of people tell me their ad budgets, but I'm probably going to put out another message. But go ahead and send me that. Well, have you sent me the answers to those questions yet, Michael?
No, I'm going to be doing that after this call.
Well, so include that in there. That'll be a perfect place for it.
Okay.
But yeah,
I can do that.
Because and again, I want to be clear to everybody: you do not need to have that big of an ad budget, but obviously it gives you more leverage if you do have an ad budget. That's how I build. I wasn't always there. I couldn't always do that, so I can help you guys gain leverage and build an income through other methods. But obviously, there's big advantages. If you have an ad budget, we can build either way: free methods or ads, or a combination of both if you have a lower ad budget. So Michael, looking forward to it. I'll look for your email. Ideally, if you could send that to me sometime tomorrow, and I'll have that there.
I'll get it done. Thank you so much.
Talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, 1 second, guys. I see James. Hey there, James. Are you out there?
Yeah, can you hear me, Mike?
Yeah, how you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Doing real good.
Good, so I have 2 questions really. Well, one, on a webinar similar to the one you and I had in the past Monday, my wife was sitting next to me and I rhetorically asked her what position we should be going for, and she said, of course, the top one. So, I guess.
So when you say the top one, you mean super affiliate?
Yeah, she saw super affiliate or master affiliate. They both said $1 million a month. So
right, yeah, that's where my mind keeps gravitating there as well.
Yeah, so I mean that's
James, if I could just say something to everybody who doesn't usually think in those terms, and James and I have worked together quite a while now, and I know James thinks big like I do, and I got to say, guys, when you start thinking bigger things start to happen.
Yeah.
You really do put a lid on yourself. You need to move up a ladder. You can't just reach for the top rung. But what I want to say, James, to everybody is this kind of an opportunity offers your average ordinary person, if you could call us that, an opportunity, and all of you the opportunity to make CEO level income. And the reason why is because we all have an equal opportunity to bring massive value to the company. I just want you guys to understand that like some amazing things are possible here. You start with a simple step, maybe 5K affiliate or something, and you just keep climbing up the ladder. But I just want people to know it's realistic. James, I just want people, because sometimes they hear those numbers and they can't wrap their head around it, but it truly is a realistic goal with a company like this.
Yeah, it is. And there are a certain number of people who have certainly for sure made super affiliate. I think the master affiliate rank is a newer one. And, you know,
Right.
it's just a question, if you commit yourself to it, you know, of how long it will take you. You know, Robert Hollis, I think, was the newest super affiliate, and he didn't plug in so well on his first year. It took him, a guy at his level, it took him 2 years. Well, okay, that's a real sob story, right? It took him
Right.
It took him a whole 2 years to earn that much money.
Right.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, you shared something with me the other day. I don't know if you want to share it with others here, but something about him like setting his sights on a house, like this really nice house he wanted to get.
Yeah, no, it was a story he shared on his Saturday training the other day. So his wife wants to buy a new house, and she's the one who's actually in the My Daily Choice business. He's helping her, and she wanted to buy a $3 million house nearby where they live now. And so that was fine. So they went down to the bank, and the bank announced to them that that bank had some new rules in light of the financial restrictions in the economy right now. So before they could give them a loan, they had to have a 30% down payment. So they did the math real quick. 30% of $3 million is $600,000. Or is that right? Whatever. Anyway, the number was $600,000. So he was thinking, well, okay, I don't have $600,000 in cash sitting in my account. So how can I do that? And then he looked at what it would take to go from super affiliate, where he is now, to master affiliate, the top position, and the bonuses, like there would be $100,000 bonus for ranking up, and you know, a few other bonuses, and so he figured by November he would have $600,000 extra cash beyond what he's got today, net of taxes and everything else. And so that's what he simply said, to make my wife happy, I'm going to go to master affiliate in the next 6 months. And that became a new goal for him. But yeah, that's why I was sharing it with you. It's just kind of a unique way of planning how to rank up, right?
Exactly. It literally starts to become something like that, guys. Like once you get this and you get, it's just a process, it starts to not become a big deal. And like, yeah, he's going to work for that, but he'll have fun doing it. I promise you. And I have no doubt that he will.
Well, and the exciting
he's
thing
a regular guy. I mean, there's nothing, you know, there's nothing that spectacular about any of this other than you decide to do it and you plug away at it. And it, you know, he's been at this a long time in the industry, so he's experienced, but he's just a genuine guy that just understands it's a system and a process.
Well, yeah, he's a car mechanic with a learning disorder.
Exactly.
Right?
Absolutely. He just learned how to relax into the process and
Yeah.
not make a big deal out of it, you know, and have fun with it.
You know, and with him wanting to do that, obviously we're in his team as well. He has to pull hundreds of leaders with him in order to get to where he is. So
I'm so glad you brought that up. Whenever you guys hear us talking big goals and stuff, you need to understand we're not going to accomplish those unless we help you guys achieve goals. So that's what makes this a really wonderful industry. Again, when you find the right company with a great product, with a great system, with people who genuinely care, which by the way isn't so easy to find, once you have that, you've got an amazing model, because you've got, as James is saying, people who know what they're doing help to get to their goal. They have to help people who are learning the ropes accomplish their goals. It's a win-win.
yeah, so I've got to break down what between you and me, what I'd like to achieve sort of between now and the end of the year, because I you know, again, to make it reasonable, I don't think it's reasonable for me with what I'm doing to be at super affiliate by the end of this year, but I could do a good rank by the end of this year. So we'll have that separate discussion, and that's cool. Mike,
absolutely.
Yeah. One question that I thought would be helpful for you to discuss in front of everybody is, you know, in addition to the revision about this 10 uplines going out, as far as I've understood, you're going to be also making some revisions to the step one to incorporate a little bit more the Aaron Parker and Robert Hollis sort of like Aaron's idea. The money is in the messenger. You know, he's doing a lot.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. And some of you that have been outside the loop may not fully follow all of this, and that's okay. But those of you that have been inside the loop, this will be very helpful. We've had a level 1 strategy, which is covered in the comprehensive review video, and we will still have a level 1 strategy when we update it July 1st. But yeah, it's going to emphasize more some of the strategies that are really successful that our uplines are teaching. Aaron Parker is one of them, Aaron Rashkin. Jason Cardamone's a phenomenal leader, but his strategies are very similar to mine. So not so much him for the level 1. And then Robert Hollis that we were just talking about, he teaches all free methods. So these guys teach all free methods. And I teach some free methods that are online, like posting YouTube videos and stuff. And I give you videos you can post, but that alone, if you're posting my videos on YouTube, that alone is not going to build your business quickly enough to get you excited. It's something you can do to supplement. So level 1 is going to change to focus more on those other strategies that they're using to plug people into their systems for people who just don't have an ad budget. I will also, and I haven't talked a lot about this, I just started talking about it today. I will also share what I would do, which is very much aligned with what some of the things they're teaching, but I would just show exactly what I would do in my usual candid style. And I'll literally go online and record me going online and just show you how I hunt for people who, and how this could be very easy, guys, but how I hunt for people who are successful, people like me, and how you can spot them who know what they're doing, and how you can reach out to them without it being weird, without it being spammy, and have it actually still be kind of fun for you to go through that process and not have it be like this weird, marketing hypey process, or like you're ambushing them. Nothing like that. And just not real heavy on the work either, really. It's a process. You got to put in the time to find them and stuff, but I'll show you that. And when you land some of those people, and you will with this opportunity, because you're leveraging us and you're leveraging the whole system, it's like you don't have to be the salesperson. You don't have to be, when you have a great company, a great opportunity, a great system, you don't have to do much other than connect. And so I'm going to show you guys as well in level 1, with a level 1 strategy, what I would do if I was absolutely unable to advertise right now, was just starting out, but knew what I know. I'll show you how simple it can be to connect them to us, and then let us do in our systems and the presentations and the tools do all the work for you. So James, I'm glad you brought that up. I will change the message a little bit on that comprehensive review video to reflect that, what level 1 is, and to help people understand if you're broke or you're really in a tight situation, and I've been there, there's really powerful free methods that you can use. And I'm going to talk about Aaron Parker, and because we got an all-star upline team. It's very unusual to have this many phenomenal, highly successful uplines in a company this young that are doing so well, that all bring so much value to the process. So we're going to make level 1 really about helping people connect to them, their methods, and I'll complement that a little bit, so people can just see how I would do it, how I would apply some of those things they're teaching very simply. It really doesn't have to be hard, guys.
Yeah, I think that'd be really valuable also to have in that comprehensive review. And at least from what I'm seeing, there's probably sort of 2 things in a level 1 in that respect. One is the sort of the relationship building, one-on-one through Messenger or whatever social media you're on. So that's the relationship, and there's scripts and there's mindset and so forth that we can teach and share about that. The other one is a little bit, it's a more basic form of attraction marketing, like we've been teaching, but it's simply curiosity posts. Putting posts out on our social media platforms that make people curious without spamming a link and without blasting our details, but we get people to be interested and then respond privately or ask for more.
They engage, like, more info, please.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
I think that kind of thing, just letting people know that we can also teach them on that level in a level 1. And then there's the YouTubes that are free to download and so forth. But I think, the Messenger, the YouTubes, and curiosity posts are all kind of a good basic standard level 1 thing that that could be included in there. So one, and probably just to highlight what you're already thinking, but that would I think be good in light of the experience we've had. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And that was something I didn't really emphasize early on. I really emphasized in our first comprehensive review just what I'm good at, which is the advertising marketing side. And that's still obviously going to be a big part of what we do. But I got to emphasize again, as you're, James, really bringing attention to, if you don't have the big ad budget, you can absolutely still do phenomenally well here. You pay your dues a little differently. You're reaching out or you're making posts. But if you think you've tried that, if you've tried that before and it didn't work for you, understand this is a very different environment. It's a very different opportunity. And you have phenomenal leadership literally giving you, like Aaron Rashkin literally gives you what to post. And I see people doing it in the company all the time. And I see a bunch of comments saying, more info, please, more info, please. Like, it works. It's very effective. They're like ninjas. And then Aaron Parker's got his own version, and I've got mine with, showing you how you can post on YouTube. Collectively, these free methods are very effective. So yeah, we're definitely going to weave that into the level 1 message so people understand that those options are available, and they are very, very effective. There's a lot of really successful people in this company that did all free methods.
Yeah, I like that. And just a closing comment. So for me in the 90-day blitz, I plan to also dig into those level 1 strategies and model some of that for my team and my prospective team members, so they can also see that in a 90-day blitz, that part of things is taught and easy for them to do as well. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be very exciting.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. And in a similar fashion to what you just said about modeling those for others to see you doing so that they can see how easy it is. I started this today, and I'm going to be doing more of this, reaching, again, my focus is on the advertising model for those that can do that. But I think a lot of people have a misconception of how that works. So I'm going to be doing a lot of work to model how it really should be done to maximize what you get out of it. So for example, if you have a smaller ad budget, like $300 a month or something, which is a pretty small ad budget, if that was all you were doing, that's pretty low. You'd want to supplement with other methods, and you'd want to maximize it. So for example, I showed today in a video how somebody had signed up for free at the free affiliate level, not pre-enrollee, but they actually signed up. A lot of you listening right now might have signed up at that level. And really, you can't make a lot of money at that level except for retailing the product, which is fine. And I've said, like, that's a good option for people. Maybe you're in a developing country and you want to retail products, or, maybe you're, barely making your rent or living out of your car, and like you're just in a, gone through a divorce, you're in a terrible situation. It's really cool the company has an inroad for anybody to be able to get started as an affiliate, but it doesn't give you the most leverage, understandably. And so I want to reach out to those people, obviously, and we do, and we show people, email them and let them know, hey, are you aware that this is, a really challenging level, and if you have to, we have resources to help you build that way, but there's easier ways to make money and to get more of our help and to leverage us at the higher levels. But sometimes people don't see their emails, and sometimes they don't respond back. Maybe they're just not seeing them. And so I showed today, for example, you don't just stop there. I go online and I go to Facebook and I search their name, and sometimes like 5 people with the same name pulls up. And if that's the best I can do, I'll literally contact all 5 of them and, and reach out and say, hey, are you the Elizabeth that had signed up? But what I showed today was you can usually go one layer further. And she, in this case, oftentimes people who sign up are leaving their phone number. I search the area code and find out what state they're in. Just on Google, what area code is 702, and it's going to tell you what state that is. And then I went to Facebook and typed in their name, and Arizona or Las Vegas or whatever the area code is, and it often pulls the person up, and then I send them a private Facebook message. So it doesn't take that long. It literally took 3 minutes, And now you got to think about this. Like any of you who've been in network marketing in the past, and you think about cold calling leads and like just how challenging it all was, you know, the way I'm showing it here, the first time I'm reaching out to a lead, they've already seen our ad, they've already opted into the system, they've already watched the company videos, maybe seen some of our videos, and they already signed up. And in this case, at the free level, which isn't a really high commitment, but they're really, really aware of what's going on. So it's worth it to take the time to add 3 more minutes to reaching out on Facebook, Facebook Messenger in this example, and not just leave it at, oh, I emailed them and didn't hear back. So guys, again, this isn't grunt work. Whenever it starts to feel like grunt work, I mean, unless you're really pushing for a big goal, I will say, like, when I got to 50K affiliate my first month, there was a lot of what felt like really heavy lifting. If you really want to accomplish the extraordinary, there's going to be some heavy lifting. But to move towards a really amazing lifestyle and to plug away at it, it really can be pretty simple. It's a process, it's work, but it's simple. When I spent 3 minutes finding that contact, and I just write her, hi Elizabeth, you'd signed up, and we make a connection, and now I'm able to help somebody. And in your guys' case, if you're new, you're able to say, hey, do you want to work with Mike? You know, get on our call on Friday. Let's look at your goals, and we can pass that on to the team, and they can work with you to reach your goals. It starts to become really fun, and it's not a really complicated thing. And again, what we're doing, guys, is we're sharing the company vision. We're following a really simple process. We're letting the strength of the company and the products and the system that they have in place and the opportunity for people to create a really amazing lifestyle for themselves, we're letting all that speak for itself, and we're just connecting. And that's what we're paid for. We're bringing great value to the company. That's why they pay us so much, but we're really just keeping it simple. But James, I'm glad you brought that up. The free methods, definitely, and that's going to be more represented in the new video coming out July 1st.
Awesome. So 2 last things. See you on Friday, number 1, and number 2, congrats on the interview opportunity on Saturday. You deserve it, brother, and rock and roll.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad you brought that up. Let me see. I had something I was going to show. So for those that didn't catch that, thanks, James. Appreciate that. Like the company has the company, My Daily Choice, was going to have these really big events as they have had in the past that are live and in person. But of course, because of the pandemic thing, they were not able to do those in person. And so they turned them into virtual events. And they're really big events. They're company-wide. And I'll be interviewed on this next one and getting spotlighted there, which is a really big honor in the company. And it's really cool. And it's going to be a good, component to our marketing, obviously. And it's a great timing for us going into the Blitz here at the beginning of the summer, because we'll be able to take a recording of that and incorporate it in, and you guys will be able to email it out. And again, we're all partners together. And when you're prospecting or you have leads that are coming in, whether advertising or not, and you're able to send them to a video and they see me being interviewed by the company and they know they get to use our system and they hear my story, it really helps. It makes it even easier for you to invite people in to the system without you having to be the expert. Again, you're just leveraging all these resources, in this case, the interview that I'll have. But that'll be fun for those of you who can make it. That's on Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. You can actually register for it now by going to www.mdcvirtualevent.com and join us Saturday morning. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that's going to be great. And Mike, obviously, it's great when we can market ourselves, but there's nothing like third-party verification or validation of what we're doing. And this is a great third-party validation that our team method is working, and the validation of your leadership as well. So it'll be a great resource, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it'll be something we can use for a really long time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, James. Just seeing if there's any other questions here. I think I see one more. We'll go to Nikki. Nikki, I'm going to unmute you there. Or at least I gave you the ability to talk. You have to unmute yourself. Are you there, Nikki? Nikki Carrera, are you there? Go ahead and unmute yourself if you can hear me. So Nikki, I heard there was at least one other person who had to do something or download something to get their control over their mic. I'm going to see if I can unmute you. For some reason, I'm not able to unmute you. You have to do that yourself.
Hello?
Okay, there you are. Yeah, go ahead.
That's this isn't Nikki. This is RJ. I don't know how I got Nikki's login. She's actually watching herself and listening right now on the other line.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha. How you doing, RJ?
I'm doing great, doing great.
Awesome.
We're just getting after the Carta thing. We're just getting Aweber and all that. I think today she'll have that set up, and she'll have all of the pages and everything over. We didn't use. We were already using Wix for everything we're doing, so we didn't use WordPress. But she says she'll probably have all that done today.
Excellent.
So my question is, the only background I have in the advertising that's similar to what you've seen, I saw a few days ago that you were talking about success with Facebook ads, and then I saw something about email marketing. So I guess I'll get trained on the Facebook ads that are appropriate, but the email marketing, she said something about when she was setting up Aweber, that something about double opt-in and things like that. So when we're doing the email marketing that you're recommending, which the paid advertising email marketing, is that going through Aweber?
Well, you're talking about two different things. So, and I don't want to make this too complicated today. So let me answer you this way, because we have a lot of people that I'll really lose if I give a full breadth answer. The simple suggestion that I have for you to make this really simple, there's been a lead source that we're testing that is my favorite lead source after months and months of testing. It's the one I've been using. It's the one I plan to use to get from the 50K affiliate level to the 100K affiliate level. It should last us a long time before we saturate it. And I'm going to pass that on to you guys at cost, meaning we're not going to charge anything extra or anything. We're just going to use that MDC rotator, that traffic rotator, and you guys will just buy shares, just meaning it just rotates through as they come through. So you're just getting them at cost. And some of you might want more than others. And that's going to be what I suggest that you do short term. Longer term, and what you were referencing there is the ambassador profit platform funnel, where when you generate a lead through Facebook ads or also YouTube ads of your own, those leads will go through your Aweber. Robin and I haven't decided if we want to recommend you do double opt-in or not. We go back and forth on it. For those that don't know, double opt-in just means after someone becomes a lead, they have to then confirm a second time before they're actually added to your list. We've been testing these things. The challenge with that is a lot of people don't go confirm again. There's no question that you have a higher deliverability rate if you have the double opt-in, if you make them have to confirm before they get added to your emails. The problem is we noticed that when we didn't do double opt-in, there were a lot of people that might not have confirmed, so they weren't paying a lot of attention initially, but then they started getting your auto emails and then they started paying attention. So it's really difficult to tell, do you gain or do you lose by doing double opt-in? So we're still wrapping our heads around that. Right now, we're leaning on not doing double opt-in as much as we want to have the extra qualifier. We're not recommending the double opt-in yet. So there'll be more discussion on that as we go forward and a lot more testing. But quick answer, RJ, short term, immediate term, those of you who want simple and you want access to the best leads that I have without you having to spend any time doing anything, I'm going to give you a way to be able to just access those at the same cost that I get them for. And I'm going to talk about that this Saturday. I sent out an email to register for that to our level 2s and level 3s today. if you want to go ahead and email our support team if you can't find that email, and just ask them about our Saturday webinar. Tell them our Saturday webinar for the new lead source so they know what to send you, and you can plug into that. Longer term, yes, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, and generating those leads through your AWeber, going into your AWeber account. That's the ambassador profit platform funnel, the more sophisticated one that takes longer to set up, but long term is a very, very powerful strategy. So,
Okay,
RJ, if you can join me Saturday to learn about that new lead source I was talking about.
we will. Nikki and I usually try to do that together. We're in different physical locations, but we usually try to do all those together.
And this is a different Saturday call than the ambassador call. This is sorry, Sunday. Sorry, guys. The call that I'm having about the new lead source is Sunday. I sent an email out about that. I apologize. I meant to have it Saturday, but there was just so much going on, so I pushed it to Sunday. That's on Sunday. So if you email, if you can't find that registration link, RJ, email our support team and ask about the Sunday call where Mike's going over the new lead source.
Okay, and actually just a comment for the other people that are listening. When you were talking about chasing down your pre-enrollees on Facebook and making a contact, in my other business, which is got a lot of similarities in terms of qualifying the leads. I've got a subscription to Spokio, and I got to tell you, I've tried all the different find name address programs that are out there, and Spokio has been the best in terms of you put in an email or a phone number, and it gives you a selection. You can click on one of those, and it usually has a link right to their Facebook page.
Cool. I haven't tried Spokio, but I've heard of it. I'll give that a shot.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Other thing is, while you were giving the presentation here, we emailed you back the answers to the questions.
Awesome. All right. I look forward to that. And for others that have sent that in, it'll take me a little while to get through them and get them organized, but I'm moving through them. And my goal is to have all that organized before July 1st. Awesome. Great, RJ.
Thank you.
Yeah. Talk to you soon. Okay, guys, I think that's a wrap. I think we got through all the questions. Let me just kind of wrap up by speaking to those that might be hanging out. You never really maybe fully plugged in, or you did briefly and then you faded away. I just want to touch upon a couple of things that I think are a mindset thing that is a make or break with being successful with this and really in life at this point. Because let's be honest, what's been going on out there has been crazy, right? I mean, between the coronavirus thing and then the Black Lives Matter movement and the division and just the riots, the small businesses being absolutely destroyed, mainly with the coronavirus, the uncertainty, the election coming up, which is probably why there's so much conflict right now. The $1 trillion that the United States just basically printed and handed out with really nothing long-term to gain from it. The stock market taking a nosedive and then the printing of money, moving it slowly back up. I mean, this is crazy, crazy, unprecedented stuff. Traditionally, this industry has been referred to as an industry for those that really value freedom, and it's certainly what drew me to it. And I encourage any of you who have a desire for freedom in your life ever to take a serious look at this. But those of you who are more on the side, maybe on the, have been more careful before taking risks, you're more the kind of person you identify with security, less apt to, put your toe in the water and take an entrepreneurial risk. I gotta say, when you look at what's happening in the world right now, I do not see security out there anymore. With retirement plans, with the markets, it is extremely uncertain. And what this industry really has become for me isn't just in this company, in this vehicle, this system, is more than just creating residual income and a freedom lifestyle and allowing me to live out my value of freedom, not being bound to money and these limitations. And if, you know, like Robert Hollis wanting to get this amazing house for his wife, he just sets the goal and can go raise $600,000 by empowering others. That freedom has always been important to me, and it always will be, but more than ever, in a way that I never dreamed it could or would. This business has become a vehicle for security in a way that I didn't ever dream of. And so I really encourage those of you that are more, have personalities that are more tending to be hesitant, less risk takers. I really want you to take a really serious look at what's going on in the world and in the economy today, and understand that it's really started to become a situation where the traditional options for retirement, for income, do not offer security at all anymore. We need to be honest about that. And we've been warned about this by people like Robert Kiyosaki and entrepreneurial coaches and mentors for years, but it's really come to a head in these last few months. And so if you have been of that, leaning that way for years, and maybe you tried an opportunity and as soon as it got, a little turbulent, you stepped back and went back to your safe zone. I just really encourage you to take a really serious, hard look at the reality of what's going on right now and understand that to be able to partner up with a company that's 5 years old, going on 6 years, that's already done 170 million in sales in a year last year, that had its first $1 million day in April, which speaks volumes to what they're able to accomplish in terms of, it's not just an idea anymore. They've already created a phenomenal product that meets a huge market demand. They're the top seller of CBD worldwide. And I know you don't all have the ability to get the CBD products, but they're opening up in more countries all the time. And you still can get into the income stream, regardless of what country you're in, and be able to plug into the system and get into the income stream of selling CBD worldwide. But the fact that they already accomplished that, it just speaks volumes to what they're capable of. And their whole market vision isn't to just be one product or one niche, but it's to be phenomenal at meeting market demand as the years go on in lots of niches. They have a phenomenal travel product, for example. They're not just a CBD company. They're not just a travel company. And they're not just a me too. Like, they really bring high quality integrity to each niche. And the fact that they were able to dominate the CBD market and do phenomenally well in these other niches speaks volumes about what they're capable of. So again, when we're talking about, creating a freedom lifestyle, financial freedom, not having all these boundaries financially, a system that helps you do that, that was always enough for me. But I understand that for some people, security is important. I just want you to juxtapose this to what's going on in the world right now and realize there is no security out there. That when you look at partnering with a company like this has become about as secure as you can get, with creating security in your retirement, security of income. And I got to come back and end on this, guys. It can be a hell of a lot of fun. It doesn't need to be something you get all anxious about. It doesn't need to be something that you're, hitting your head against the wall about. Like, you can find a way here to build this business and enjoy yourself. It has a great deal to do with the fact that you have a lot of leaders who are really skilled in different areas. So we can help you find your method that you enjoy. But don't look at it goofy. Look at it just through, what it is. It's a system and a great company with clearly a great product. I mean, they wouldn't be able to accomplish that if they didn't bring a lot of integrity to their product development. If you join us Saturday on the June 20th call, where I'll be interviewed, some others will be interviewed too, and you meet the owners if you haven't met them yet, they're as genuine and transparent as you can get. It is truly, they're truly a unique pair. And that level of genuine transparency that really brings clarity to what's going on here. This is their baby. They love what they're doing. They were affiliates at one time that grew into this company, creating this company. So they think about the affiliates, they think about us, and you can just feel that. So put it all together. Don't make a big deal out of it. We'll help you find a plan that matches with a goal that's realistic. Give it time, be realistic. Don't come in and jump out 3 months or even 6 months later, guys. It's not like that. It's something that grows and compounds over time. Understand that, approach it maturely, and this will be your escape plan. But most importantly, this will bring a lot of security, and with that, just a real calm to your future, which in the end is worth more than money. And it takes money to achieve that, but the feeling that brings, and the feeling that I have of knowing all the craziness going on and the uncertainty in the economy, to know that I'm helping people overcome that and having fun, developing friendships, developing relationships, I just don't think it can get any better. So approach it properly, approach it with the right mindset, and you'll be really successful. I look forward to meeting you guys. Look for an email tomorrow morning with some questions about your goals. If you're going to commit to this and you're going to be part of this, get that back to us right away. If you do not see that email from me, it'll be possible that you won't because you're not all on my list. Contact the person who referred you and ask them for that. Say, Mike mentioned some questions on the call. Can you get those to me? And they'll forward it to you. And then they'll forward that on to me. And we'll know who our team is. And then when July 1st comes around and we start our blitz, we're going to work with that team to help you achieve your goals. You can run slow, you can run fast, however you want to do it. But just make sure you run at some pace that allows you to take advantage of this incredible opportunity. Enjoyed connecting with you guys. Great questions today. And I'll see you guys Friday if you can make it on that call where we're going to be working with you. Those of you who are running with us on your game plans, your plan of action. And for those who can make it Saturday for the interview with the company and the virtual launch event, I hope to see you there. Bye, everybody.